Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell and like our videos. Let us speak the truth in this channel because the truth shall set us free. Let us speak the truth because if we don't do that, then we are not helping our country. Martin Luther King Jr. once said that our lives begin to end the day we stop talking about issues that matter to us. Who is fooling who in this Raila Ruto saga, this unfolding drama? Because I understand that there is a bipartisan committee that is going to be formed inside the parliament, and it is going to be co-chaired by Azimio, one chairman from Azimio and another from the Kenya Kwanza team. This is an exercise in futility, and it is a waste of time. And if you want to know that it is a waste of time, let us look at only 3 questions, and when you answer them, you will know it is an exercise in futility and it is meant to waste time. They are buying time. What is the ultimate goal of forming a bipartisan committee? The answer is very simple. So that we can have what we may call neutral staff, neutral commissioners at the IEBC. Okay, sounds juicy. So after we get neutral staff, neutral commissioners in the IEBC, what next? So that we prepare for elections in 2027. That is the truth, because 2022 is gone. We did our elections. So answer this question. We are looking at elections in 2027, what we may call, quotes, a credible election if we have credible people within the IEBC office. Just the other day, Raila Odinga, the Azimio leader, released a bombshell and gave us a whistleblower's report that he won the August elections by a whooping 8 million votes against William Ruto's 5 million votes. I don't know whether it bothers you. If it doesn't, then know that it bothers me. That we have an 8 million vote in the server that Raila has announced he got. So we want to abandon the course for looking at the 8 million votes and we start looking for 2027. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense that the server has not been opened, and then without any reason we are now looking at restructuring an IEBC for 2027? Am I the only person who does not adapt things here? Let's continue asking. So when we have the right people, let's say, for example, that Raila has, we have, there are 6, and then the chairman is the 7th one. The person who's responsible for appointing the chairman among the people whom we will be given is the president, in this case, William Samoei Ruto. In the August election, 4 of the 7 commissioners broke away and disagreed with the only 3 that remained, including the chairman. If you exclude the chairman, it was only 1. I mean, there were only 2 remaining. So what makes you think that if Raila Odinga goes into the next elections with maybe 3 of his commissioners and another 3 of Ruto's commissioners, then he will carry the day? Because in the last elections, 4 supported him, but they still went ahead and declared William Ruto as the president, and even to date William Ruto occupies State House. What will change? Just help me understand, because sometimes no one has the monopoly of knowledge. Maybe I don't understand. If he's got 3 or 4 who are supporting him, then in 2027 they realize that there are a lot of mischief and then they break away. What stops the other 3 from just declaring William Ruto and they move on? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Do you see that this is an exercise in futility? They are buying Raila's time. It doesn't end there, ladies and gentlemen. The law is clear, and this is what they are using. That they will blatantly declare someone who they want as a president, and they tell you that if you are dissatisfied, go to courts. Which courts? The Martha Koome court. The Supreme Court that we have has now bungled 3 elections. In 2013 they were there. In 2017 they were there. In 2022 they were there in double portion. This is like a hyena that has tasted blood. There is no way they will overrule William Samoei Ruto, because they have been compromised, they have worked together. I know kama kuna kitu walikula, they are friends. They can disagree on some matters, but when it comes to presidential elections, they will always stand by William Samoei Ruto. Is Raila saying that he's also going to do the same with the Supreme Court, so that they have a neutral team that will appoint people at the Supreme Court? And then we have the international community. People who, I can assure you, have decided that Raila will never ascend to power. The only way Raila can ascend to power is the kind of election, a revolution that took place in 2002 when the Kenyan population was tired of the Nyayo era. So what is Raila going to do about the international community? He himself has always come to tell us that these are the guys who robbed him of his victory. And even now, when the US senator, the Delaware senator, Mr. Coons, came and pitched camp in Kenya, a few days later, there is a truce. William Ruto is now trying to pretend that he's climbing down. Raila Odinga now is calling off demonstrations. You know, sometimes let us speak the truth. I know there were talks about the clergy, business community. Those are people who have piled pressure. But the main agent here is the United States of America. If you think I'm lying, go and see what happened in 2007. They were here. Condoleezza Rice was here. In 2013, they were here. In 2017, Kun himself was there holding hands with Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. In 2022 here, they are here again. You know, sometimes I'm one person who doesn't like hypocrisy. We either do it or we don't do it. Let us not pretend that we are now preparing another team that will deliver a free, verifiable, credible elections. It will not happen. An 8 million vote is lying in the servers. We abandon it. We now want to go for elections in 2027. Why don't we just decide that I even analyzed it earlier. We are using 44, I think, 0.7 billion shillings in elections, wasting that money, yet we have a predetermined candidate. Why can't we just be serious? No, sometimes it's good to just be honest. Why don't we just have an arrangement where we say William Ruto will still be the president? Let us take this money and ensure that we better the lives of Kenyans. We buy food stuff that is enough for all of us, instead of wasting it. And we know very well that the circumstances under which we are working is not going to allow anybody to become the president. If we had gone, because no one is answering this question, Among all the demands, Ruto is now looking, and that the reason why it was very easy for Ruto to accept this parliamentary thing is because he knows very well that it won't succeed. Even if you give William Ruto people whom you have chosen, he will either buy them or intimidate them. Already William Ruto has compromised several members of the Azimio, including members of Raila Amolo Odinga who went to State House. And they have told off Raila Amolo Odinga that they were not supporting the Maandamanos. They told Raila to resign and get away, get out of Nyanza politics. What makes you think that these other people will not be compromised? Because William Ruto has set aside some money just for buying people. If we don't open this server, and I'm repeating, if we don't open this server, there is no need pretending. Let us not go for an election knowing very well that we are wasting time. You can go and vote your governors and the senators, women reps, members of parliament, and members of the county assembly. But let us not pretend, let us not bury our heads in the sands that we are preparing a team to go and give us another president in 2027. Because the same thing will happen. A declaration will be made in Bomas. Right now, William Ruto is in charge of the police. Remember the other time he was the second in command. Uhuru Kenyatta was in charge. Right now, he's in charge of everything. He's the one who has appointed people like Koome, the Inspector General, Mr. Bungei, the Nairobi Commandant. He's got people. And this government, if you have seen, they're appointing their own people. I want you to picture the kind of policeman who was breaking into journalist vehicle and firing tear gas into their vehicle. Such a person, if you have like 1,000 of them in boomers, and you try what Ledama tried the other day, they will kill you, and they will tell you that you are trying to subvert the will of the people. So in 2027, William Ruto will be in charge of the IEBC, in charge of the Supreme Court, in charge of the police, in charge of everything. What I'm saying in a nutshell is that the time is now or never. If we cannot follow this channel and the right channel and get things right, well, let us not pretend. It's not good to pretend. Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case.